thought I had. So what we finna do is we're gonna go ahead and jump into prayer, the art of believing by Neville Goddard. Yeah, we finna go ahead and get this thing going. And I got let me see, I got IG in my ear, so we gotta calm IG down. What's going on, Queen? But yeah, we finna get into prayer, the art of believing by Neville Goddard. So we got Instagram in here, we got YouTube in here, we got Twitch in here, we got Twitter in here. So we got coming from all over the place. So, yo, if I miss your comment, I apologize in advance. I'm doing my best to keep my eye on everything that's going on. Some of the comments will pop up on the chat of this main window I'm in. Some of these other ones, SV, what's going on? DJ No Face, what's going on? SV and DJ. I need to talk to both of y'all. Both of y'all. I'm glad y'all in here. What's up, Queen? What's good? What's good, man? But we just been trapping out of Neville Goddard lately, man. We spent like a week on Filling Is the Secret. If you ain't familiar with Filling of the Secret, you're missing out. And today we transitioning into prayer, the art of believing. This thing was originally written in 1945. Y'all want me to see y'all comments and stuff? Peace, bro. Y'all gotta hop over to YouTube. Like the Instagrams, I got them over to the side. So whenever I click over there, I will see it. But the primary one is up in front of me. I think it show YouTube comments. I'm not even 100% for sure. But yeah, I do believe it show YouTube comments. Test something out. Yeah, it'll show the YouTube ones up here on this screen. Instagram got to catch up, man. Instagram got to catch up. But yo, we finna jump into Prayer to Art of Believing by Neville Goddard. If you missed the stuff we've been talking about with feeling is the secret, Neville was pretty much talking about how we got one mind, we got the conscious mind. But the conscious mind is like a stream that's divided into two parts. You got the conscious part and the subconscious part. And the conscious mind is selective. It goes, I like that, I don't like that. I like that, I don't like that. But the subconscious mind is non-selective. It will entertain anything that you present to it. Literally anything you put into it, it entertains it and it treats it as a fact. And he's talking about how we have to start to consciously impregnate our subconscious. When we fall asleep, we got to choose the things we talk about because that's when our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. That's essentially when they have sex. Sleep. Our conscious thoughts are impressed to our subconscious mind, and those impressions are acted out the following day. But if you miss what we talked about with filling in the secret, do yourself a favor, go catch up with that stuff. What's up? Some sweet reading joined us. Let's say might not be the same person on YouTube. That's fine. This the church where we say come as you are and we mean it. Like, bro, pull up. Pull up. You know what I'm gonna be doing is read a little, talk a lot, read a little, talk a lot. And I got a brand new coaching program too, $20 a month. You could come join the coaching group. I will be in a Zoom room with y'all once every other week, so twice a month, and we're gonna be working. It's gonna be a lot of what I do in one-to-one sessions. It's just gonna be in a group environment. A lot of people were showing interest in something like that, so we made it happen. The contact information, everything down there at the bottom. If you want the details as they roll out, but let's get into prayer, the art of believing. Let's go. So prayer is the master key. A key may fit one door of a house, but when it fits all doors, it may well claim to be a master key. Such and no less, a key is prayer to all earthly problems. So Neville opening this up with some strong statements. Neville open this up with the statement that prayer can change, fix everything in your life. The simple act of prayer. But in order for prayer to be effective, we gotta understand one, what prayer is, and for two, how to do it. Most people don't know how to pray, man. Most people do not know how to pray. What's up, Queen? I see you. I see you. Yeah, most people do not know how to pray. Good morning. What's on? What's going on? You right on time. We finna get into it. Chapter 1, the law of reversibility. Pray for my soul. More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of. So the first thing we get in chapter 1 is prayer is an art and requires practice. That's the first thing we open it up with. Prayer is an art and requires practice. So if you waiting until stuff gets screwed up to finally start praying, you out of practice, man. You should have been praying this whole time. It's an art and it must be practiced. The first requirement is controlled imagination. I'm gonna read those two sentences again because they bear repeating. So prayer is an art and requires practice. The first requirement is a controlled imagination. Parade and vain repetitions are foreign to prayer. Its exercise requires tranquility and peace of mind. Use not vain repetitions, for prayer is done in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. The ceremonies that are customarily used in prayer are mere superstitions and have been invented to give prayer an air of solemnity. Those who do practice the art of prayer are often ignorant of the laws that control it. They attribute the results obtained to the ceremonies and mistake the letter for the spirit. The essence of prayer is faith, but faith must be permeated with understanding to be given that active quality which it does not possess when standing alone. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? So right now we live on Instagram, we live on Twitter, we live on YouTube, and we live on Twitch. Thank all y'all for popping in with us, man. I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. Do me a favor, everybody on all the platforms, hit the share button. It's finna go up in here. We finna do some life changing teaching in here. I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you. So y'all hit them share buttons, get active in the comments, help me hypnotize the algorithms on all of these platforms. When I say I got a binder of content this thick that I'm about to push out to y'all, we got the new training group this luncheon. Like, bruh, hit that share button because your friends deserve to see and understand what's going on here. We changing lives in here. So the essence of prayer is faith. If the prayer ain't got faith, you might as well hold it. It gotta have faith in the equation. This book is an attempt to reduce the unknown to the known by pointing out conditions on which prayers are answers and without which they cannot be answered. It defines conditions governing prayer in laws that are simply a generalization of our observations. The universal law of reversibility is the foundation on which its claims are based. Only $20? Wow. You can say that again. Wow. Yeah, it's a deal because I want people in there. I want people to be able to afford it. So yeah, we made it affordable. Y'all pull up. Mechanical motion caused by speech was known for a long time before anyone dreamed of the possibility of an inverse transformation. That is the reproduction of speech by mechanical motion, phonograph. For a long time, electricity was produced by friction, without ever a thought that friction, in turn, could be produced by electricity. Whether or not man succeeds in reversing the transformation of a force, he knows, nevertheless, that all transformations of force are reversible. If heat can produce mechanical motion, so mechanical motion can produce heat. If electricity produces magnetism, magnetism too can develop electrical currents. If the voice can cause currents, so can currents produce the voice, and so on. Cause and effect, energy and matter, action or reaction are the same and interconvertible. We going somewhere, stick with it. This law is of the highest importance because it enables you to foresee the inverse transformation once a direct transformation is verified. If you knew how you would feel where you were to realize your objective, that thing you desire, that thing you desire to have in your hands, if you knew how you would feel if you have it, then inversely, you would know what state you should realize were you to awaken yourself in the feeling. Stay with me. The injunction to pray, believing that you already possess what you pray for, is based upon a knowledge on the law of inverse transformation. If your realized prayer produces in you a definite feeling or a state of consciousness, then inversely, that particular feeling consciously must produce your realized prayer. Y'all tracking with me? Stay with me. Let me check over here. Make sure I ain't missing no comments on one of the other ones. All right, we good. We good. We rolling. Because all transformations of force are reversible, you should always assume the feeling of your wish. You should within you the feeling that you are and have that which you desire to be and possess. This is easily done by contemplating the joy that would be yours were your objective and accomplished fact, so that you live and move and have your being in the feeling that your wish is realized. This is what happens in the hypnosis session. You want to be a non-smoker? Okay, sit down, close your eyes. I'm gonna help you feel like a non-smoker. You feel like a non-smoker and somebody offer you a cigarette, you say, hell no. You want to be more confident? Okay, I'm gonna help you feel more confident. When you assume the feeling of confidence, guess what? You become confident. You want to be a better orator? You want to be a good public speaker? I'm gonna help you feel like a person who has control of the language. I'm gonna help you feel like the type of person that can get on the stage, like the type of person that get on the stage and talk to 2,000 people. When you feel like a person that has control of the language, you feel like a person who can talk to 2,000 people at a time, then it's fun. Your body just fill in the blanks and tend to do it. You gotta learn how to get the feeling of the thing desired. Become aware of the feeling of the thing desired, not the thing desired, the feeling of the thing, because getting the feeling will inversely manifest. Y'all tracking with me? Y'all quiet today. Y'all watching this like a TV show. Y'all better talk to me. I do a podcast if I want to talk to myself. I stream because I want input. I want to talk to y'all. That's what we on the stream. So I'm finna jump back in the book. When I look back up at the stream, I expect to see a few comments. I expect to see something. I need to know I ain't talking to myself. So let's see where we at. The filter wish fulfilled, if assumed and sustained, must objectify the state that would have created it. I'm gonna read that again because I feel like I was talking really fast. The feeling of the wish fulfilled, if assumed and sustained. What's it said? Sustained, not just latch on to it for a moment, not just do my affirmations in the mirror in the morning and walk off and forget about them for the rest of the day. But if where were we at? If assumed and sustained, must objectify the state it would have created. Must, not may, not sometimes, must. This law explains why faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen, and why he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, or things that were not seen became seen. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continue feeling that it is fulfilled into that which you feel objectifies itself. If a physical fact can produce a psychological state can produce a physical fact. I'm gonna read that again. If a physical fact can produce a psychological state can produce a physical fact. If the effect A can produce the cause B, then inversely the effect B can produce the cause A. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that you have received them, and ye should have them. Mark 11:24. Oh man, Neville came in so hot on this one. Neville came in scorching hot on this one. I love it. That's the end of chapter one. The end of chapter one. And we talking about is giving some of the back of how our thoughts can create things and how cause and effect can be in the inverse of each other. If the thing can create the feeling can create the thing. So there's some things in your life that you want. There's some physical things you want. It's some mindsets you want. There's some ways of thinking that you want. The feeling can bring about the actual thing. You don't have to wait on the thing to get the feeling. Not Neville Goddard. What's the man name? Bald-headed white guy. Died a few years back. I can see his face. Wayne Dyer got a book called "You'll See It When You Believe." You'll see it when you believe. Not you'll believe it when you see it. No, it's called yeah. You'll see it when you. That's the name of the book. Check it out. It's a good book. But okay, let's go to chapter two. Dual nature of consciousness. A clear concept of the dual nature of man's consciousness must be at the basis of all true prayer. Consciousness includes a subconscious as well as a conscious part. The infinitely greater part of consciousness lies below the sphere of objective consciousness. The subconscious is the most important part of consciousness. It is the cause of voluntary action. The subconscious is what a man is. Conscious is what man knows. I love that distinction. If it wasn't already highlighted, I would highlight. I'm gonna highlight it again. I don't care if it's already highlighted. It's getting double highlight. So the subconscious is what a man is. The conscious is what a man knows. I am my father are one, but my father is greater than I. The conscious and subconscious are one, but the subconscious is greater than the conscious. I of myself can do nothing. The Father within me, he doeth the work. I, objective consciousness of myself, can do nothing. The Father, the subconscious, he doeth the work. The subconscious is that in which everything is known, in which everything is possible, to which everything goes, from which everything comes, which belongs to all, to which all have access. Oh man. What we are conscious of is constructed out of what we are not conscious of. Highlight that one. So what we are conscious of is made of what we are not conscious of. Not only do our subconscious assumptions influence our behavior, but they also fashion the pattern of our objective existence. They alone have the power to say, let us make man, objective manifestation, in our image, after our likeness. The whole of creation is asleep within the deeper man, is awakened to the objective existence by his subconscious assumption. Within this blankness we call sleep, there is a conscious and unsleeping vigilance. And while the body sleeps, this unsleeping being releases from the treasure house of eternity the subconscious assumptions of man. Man. Let me take a minute, look over here on this other platform. Make sure we ain't missing nobody. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? I see we got some people over there. Yo, make yourself known. Talk to me if this your first time in here on any of these platforms. Hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, hit the like. All them buttons they got down there, use them. Thumbs up, share, use those buttons down there. If you just joining us, we working out of some Neville Goddard. We working on prayer, the art of believing. We just wrapped up is the secret Neville Goddard. We probably gonna spend a month or two on Neville Goddard. Man. I'm on a big Neville Goddard phase here lately. I can't get enough of it, so that's what we're gonna be streaming about. That's what we're gonna be talking about, and it's just truth in every line. I love books that got truth in every line. What's going on, Kenley? Yo, people on YouTube, my man down there, Hypnosis with Kenley, follow him. Phenomenal hypnotist. I'm honored to know him. I'm honored that he's a classmate of mine from HMI. Phenomenal hypnotist, knows his stuff. Follow him, tap in with him, check out his shorts. If you enjoy my content, you will enjoy his content as well. But yo, thank you everybody for being here. I love y'all, and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. We're gonna keep pressing through. So prayer is the key which unlocks the storehouse. Prove me now herewith, says the Lord of hosts. If I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there should not be room enough to receive. Who life could use a blessing that you ain't even got room to receive, man? Like if your bank account could use a deposit that you ain't even got room to receive, make some noise. Or like if your health is in a state where you can use like a health blessing that you ain't even that you can't even really wrap your mind around. You should be getting excited about this stuff. The thing I love about Neville's, he don't just tell you the problem. He don't just talk about the solution. He gives you a very step-by-step simple process to follow to impact this stuff. So if you got everything you want in your life and you all your stuff already perfect, you can just leave. This ain't for you. But if you got some things that you desire, if you got some things you would like to be different and you don't even know where to start, this for people like us who want the actionable steps to get the things that they desire. But okay, so prayer is the key which unlocks the infinite storehouse. Prove me now herewith, says the Lord of hosts. If I will not open you windows to heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Prayer modifies or completely changes our subconscious assumptions. And a change of assumption is a change of expression. I like that. A change of assumption is a change of expression. The conscious mind reasons inductively from observation, experience, and education. So your conscious mind, that's your logic, that's your intellect, that's your decision making, right? If therefore finds it difficult to believe what the five senses and inductive reason deny, your conscious mind is all about what the senses. Your conscious mind is all about what it can see, taste, touch, smell, and feel. But the thing about the things you can see, taste, touch, smell, and feel, those are things that have already been manifested. It's like watching a movie you've seen before. You already know what's gonna happen. The things you can see, taste, touch, feel. The subconscious reasons deductive. Inductive reasoning versus deductive reasoning, and is never concerned with the truth or falsity of the premise, but proceeds on the assumption of the correction of the premise and objectifies results which are consistent with the premise. Okay, so that was a little wordy. Let's make this real simple. The conscious mind is logical. It's worked on reason. It takes multiple example and it draws the conclusions from all of those examples. It don't just assume that A equals B. It want to look at a few different instances before it jumps to that conclusion. The subconscious mind makes really broad statement. It goes, Santa Claus is fat, Santa Claus is happy, fat people are happy. That's what deductive reasoning looks like. That's how your subconscious mind reasons. It does deductive reasoning. That's why when we put you in hypnosis, get you out of that conscious mind, get you into that subconscious mind, into that deductive reason. We can tell you, imagine your arm is tied to a helium balloon. Imagine your arm is tied to 20 helium balloons. And as you connect those dots, well, helium balloons rise. So if it's tied to my arm, then it's gonna rise. And the subconscious starts deducing. And as it deduces that information, guess what happens? The arm starts to lift and rise and lift. So that's all that's saying. The conscious mind does inductive reasoning. It takes multiple examples before reaching a conclusion. When it reaches that conclusion, it believes it to be true. Whereas the subconscious, it takes one little example. Santa Claus fat, he happy, fat people are happy. What about that fat dude over there that's not happy? We ain't talking about him. We're talking about this because it's the idea of locked on. That's how the subconscious mind works. Where did I leave off? We'll just read this whole part. The conscious mind reasons inductively from observation, experience, and education. It therefore finds it difficult to believe what the five senses and deductive reasoning deny. Subconscious reasons deductively and is never concerned with the truth or falsity of the premise, but proceeds on the assumption of the correctness of the premise and objectifies results which are consistent with the premise. This distinction must be clearly seen by all who would master the art of praying. No true grasp of the science of prayer can be really obtained until the laws governing the dual nature of consciousness are understood and the importance of the subconscious realized. Prayer, the art of believing what is denied by the senses. Okay, we just put a definition on prayer. I like that definition too. If I didn't already have it highlighted, I would you know what? I'm a double highlight it. Yeah, man, listen. Prayer, the art of believing what is denied by the senses deals all entirely with the subconscious. Through prayer, the subconscious is suggested into acceptance of the wish fulfilled, and reasoning deductively logically unfolds it to its legitimate end. Far greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. The subjective mind is the diffuse consciousness that animates the world. It is the spirit that giveth life, and all substance is a single soul. Subjective mind, through all creation, runs as one unbroken subjective mind. Thought and feeling fused into belief impresses modifications upon it. Change it with a mission, which mission it faithfully executes. It says, charge it with a mission, which mission it faithfully executes. If you sell the idea to your subconscious mind, it is done. If you get the subconscious mind on board, you got everybody on board. For sure, Kenley. So Kenley, I'm switching back and forth from a few different platforms. So I might take a while to reply to some of the comments. I like how prayer is basically self hypnosis. You put the nail on the head. And so many people go, I'm a Christian. You can't hypnotize me. Guess what? Jesus is the greatest hypnotist to ever walk the face of the earth. Nazareth. Right. It's like if you pay attention when Jesus in the Bible, he never throws pity parties with people. He simply gives them instruction. And his belief in the instruction is so strong, it's transferred to them. That's a hypnosis session if I ever seen one. Well, because my grandmother, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, when I first got in it, she's like, "Hypnosis? Oh, no, 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 the devil is a lie." Let's break down the script. In the beginning was the word was with God, the word was God. In the beginning was the word. Once you merge the word with God, it became like words are powerful. Let's just leave it at that because if we open this can, we're gonna go deeper than I got time to go. Speaking of time, let me look at it. Okay, I gotta get out of here in a little bit, but I got a little bit longer. We're gonna push through as much as we can. I'm gonna read up into I got it. So the conscious mind originates premises. The subjective mind unfolds them to their logical ends. Where the subjective mind, not so limited in its initiative power or reasoning, objective man cannot be held responsible for his actions in the world. I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna read that again because I get the habit of reading real fast when I get excited, and I want y'all to get this. So I'm gonna do my best to slow down. All right. So the conscious mind originates premises. The conscious mind comes up with the idea. I already feel myself speeding. The conscious mind makes the decision. So it originates the premise. The subjective mind unfolds them of their logical ends. So it forget the logic. It's the decision. That's how the subconscious mind works. Forget the logic. This what we doing? Okay. Where the subjective mind not so limited in its initiative power of reasoning, objective man cannot be held responsible for his actions in the world. Man transmits ideas through the subconscious through his feelings. The subconscious transmits ideas from the mind to mind through telepathy. Your unexpressed convictions of others are transmitted to them without their conscious knowledge or consent, and if subconsciously accepted by them, will influence their behavior. So if you the type of person that get bullied everywhere you go, and before I even say this, it's not victim blaming, this is solution. So if your mind going, I need you to come out of a victim mindset. I need you to just open up. Let me talk directly to your subconscious for a while. Put your conscious mind over there somewhere. One, two, three, deep sleep. So go into hypnosis real quick and listen to this. Man trans ideas through the subconscious through his feelings. The subconscious transmits ideas from mind to mind through telepathy. Your unexpressed convictions of others are transmitted to them without their conscious knowledge or consent. And if subconsciously accepted by them, will influence their behavior. So if you the type of person that get bullied everywhere you go, if you the type of person, nobody don't want to do business with you. Life just not fair. Everybody is out to get me. You gotta change not only your conception of self, but your conception of others. In the Old Testament, they talk about when Moses sent them into the promised land to spy, and they saw them as they saw themselves as grasshoppers, so the people saw them as grasshoppers. People have a funny way of seeing you how you see yourself. It's really rule number one of being a hypnotist. Before you can be the hypnotist, you gotta be the hypnotist. You're not hypnotizing and influencing nothing until you yourself wrap your mind around the thought that your words have power and your words can influence, move, and shift other people. And once you sell that to yourself, the rest of it is smooth sailing. You move people feet to the floor, you help people quit smoking, you can help people feel happy. But it takes you wrapping your mindset around the fact that it's possible to change not only your conception of self, but your conception of others. I believe that human beings are so smart and so intelligent that if they allow it, they can be influenced by not only words, but they can be influenced through any of the five senses, including what they feel, both the seen and the unseen. I believe that as humans, we're so powerful, we can truly be, do, and have anything we want. If you don't know me well enough, you might mistake it as an arrogance, but it's not an arrogance because I don't just feel this way about me. I feel this way about us as a whole. I feel as humans, we can be, do, and have anything that we desire. I desire to be the greatest hypnotist alive. So at least in my world, in my view, I'm the greatest hypnotist alive. And I hope every other hypnotist feels the same way. But I see us as limitless. We can be, do, and have anything that we convince ourselves that we can be, do, and have. We gotta sell the dream to the subconscious. Warrior mindset, be positive and claim a positive life. Don't be anyone's victim. Yes, I love it. You know what? We putting that on the screen. We got some new technology over here, so we can do stuff like that now. We been over here in the lab. Let's see what's going on Instagram. What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Hey, y'all do me a favor. Jump up and down on them share buttons, share the live. We in here, we tapped in. We working out in Neville Goddard. We're learning about prayer. We're learning about how effective prayer works, not just crying and begging and all that stuff, but how effective prayer works. So the only ideas they subconsciously reject are your ideas of them which they could not wish to be true of anyone. Whatever they could wish for others can be believed of them, and by the law of belief, which governs subjective reasoning, they are compelled to subjectively accept and therefore objectively express accordingly. So if you see somebody as a bully, and that's the thought that you're passing to them through telepathy, and they don't discount that of themselves, it's going sink right down into their subconscious. It's gonna have no trouble passing their critical faculty because they believe it to be true. Now, if they believe it to be true and it goes past their critical faculty and into the subconscious, it activates those knowns, and those knowns dictate the show. But anyway, we're finna keep going. The subjective mind is completely controlled by suggestion. The subjective mind is completely controlled by suggestion. People go, "I can't be hypnotized." Yeah, 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 you can. I promise you, you can. I promise you, you can. Ideas are best subjective when the objective mind is partly subjective. That is, when the objective senses are diminished or held in obeyance. When hypnosis, that's what they. This partly subjective state can best be described as controlled reverie, wherein the mind is passive but capable of functioning with absorption. It is a concentration of attention. There must be no conflict in your mind when you are praying. Turn from what is to what ought to be. Assume the mood of fulfilled desire, and by the universal law of reversibility, you will realize your desire. All right, I'm gonna catch my breath for a second because I didn't got hype in here, man. I done got hype. What's going on, Exotic? How you doing? Welcome to the live. We in here learning. We in here growing together. Yo, so if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you will see that I'm starting a new group coaching program. $20 a month, every other week. It's gonna be on Sundays. I'm gonna get in there. We gonna coach. We gonna talk. We gonna motivate each other. We gonna hold each other accountable. Then I'll be wrapping up with a group hypnosis session just based on what everybody shared during the meeting. So we're gonna do this on Sunday. So people go into Monday already amped up, already hyped, already with the proper mindset, ready to kill it. So I'm gonna be shooting out some emails, text messages, probably by the end of the week. If you want to be in the loop and know what's going on with this, you need to follow the directions down at the bottom of the screen. You need to text TL to 972-640-7125 so you can get in the mix. You can learn with us, you can grow with us, and be a part of what we call in the big abundant mastermind. You don't want to miss it. I'm gonna be teaching, but I'm gonna be learning just as much as everybody else. Bringing the energy. That's why you are the best hypnotherapist on social media. Thanks for this info, sir. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, we just we building the habit of winning. We getting to a point where we can't lose for winning. You ever heard somebody say I can't win for losing? We throwing that whole narrative away. The new narrative that we building is I can't lose for winning. I'm so used to winning that I win on accident. Even when it appeared that I'm losing, I'm winning. So if you're interested in adopting that mindset, come hang out with us. It's gonna be a library of all the hypnosis things that I do in these meetings. You're gonna have access to that library where you can re-listen to these recordings as much as you want. So you can really put the law of repetition on your side. We finna get back into the book. Before I do, let me check the time. I think I can drop can't lose for winning. You feel me? Yes, yes, yes. But I think I got time to scoot through one more chapter. I'm gonna be going fast because I want to get to the end of it. So listening ears on. If you got questions, if you got comments, if you agree, if you disagree, put it down in the comments. Talk. I love when you guys leave comments because it lets YouTube know, let Instagram know, it let all the different platforms know that there's people in here, they engaging with the content, and they start showing it to other people. So the more active you guys get, even if you ain't got nothing to say, put your favorite emoji in the comments. Tell me your sign in the comments. Tell me where you from. Just say something in the comments. I don't care what you say. But let's keep going. So chapter 3. Ooh, I can tell by the title. I'm gonna light up. I just highlighted the name of the chapter. We ain't even got to the stuff yet. I already know. Oh yeah, I'm looking. I done read this before and I already got a bunch of stuff highlighted. It's gonna be fun. Let's go. Appreciate you. So prayers are not successfully made unless there is a rapport between the conscious and the subconscious mind of the operator. This sounds like a self-hypnosis workshop, don't it, Kenley? Prayers are not successfully made unless there is a rapport between the conscious and the subconscious mind of the operator. This is done through imagination and faith. Somebody say imagination and faith in the comments. By the power of imagination, all men, certainly imaginatized men, are forever casting forth enchantments, and all men, especially unimaginative men, are continually passing under their power. Ooh, we gotta read that again. Excuse me. By the power of imagination, all men, certainly imaginative men, are forever casting forth enchantments, and all men, especially unimaginative men, are continually cast under their power. When you first learning to be a hypnotist, man, one of the things they teach you was this one program I went through to learn smoking cessation. And one of the first things they would teach you is as soon as you meet the person that's coming in to become a non-smoker, it's your job as the hypnotist, as the person who finna create the avenue for them to not the avenue, but really hold the space for them to stop. It's your job to go ahead and start imagining them as a non-smoker. It's your job to go ahead and start seeing them as a non-smoker. And you'll be surprised of the amount of power that alone has. Because when you just go ahead and imagine them as a non-smoker, subconscious mind has a funny way of filling in the middle. The subconscious mind has a funny way of handing you the exact words to say. But can we ever be certain that it was not our mother, by adorning our socks, who began the subtle change in our minds? If I can unintentionally cast an enchantment over persons, there is no reason to doubt that I am able to cast intentionally a far stronger enchantment. So he's saying if you can hypnotize people on accident, just imagine how you can hypnotize people on purpose. You ever made somebody mad on accident, like you say something and they heard it different from how you meant, and you go, no, 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 that's not what I meant. And they enraged, you didn't got their emotions all the way stirred up. If you can get their emotions all the way stirred up on accident, imagine what you could do if you purpose made a decision to get their emotions going. Not just in a negative realm, but in a positive realm. Let's keep pushing. Everything that can be seen, touched, explained, argued over is to the imaginative man nothing more than a means, for he functions by reasons of his controlled imagination, in the deep of himself, where every idea exists itself and not in relation to something else. In him, there is no need for the restraints of reason, for the only restraint he can obey is the mysterious instinct that teaches him to eliminate all moods other than the mood of fulfilled desire. So it's saying to the disciplined man, he not finna get worked up over nothing you said. He not finna get worked up over nothing that they said on the news because he understand that those are just ideas and concepts. And if he don't allow them to get to his subconscious, they have absolutely no hold over. They have absolutely no hold over him. In 2008, I was I was young, but I was playing the piano for a few different churches. I was fixing computers, and I had me a lot of different ways of making money. So as I was getting older and I was learning about the economy, learning about money and how money works, I found out that there was a recession in 2007. I was like, in 2007, I made a lot of money, but I didn't know that there was supposed to be a shortage of money. And since I had no idea that there was a shortage of money, money was coming to me quickly, easy. I had no idea that there was a recession. I wasn't watching the news. I wasn't watching the stock market. I knew nothing about real estate and I didn't know any of that was going on. I was a teenager. I was living life. But because I didn't know that there was a shortage of money, like money was just coming in. Until you allow things to impact you at a subconscious level, they don't really have a hold on you. Yeah. We should do self-hypnosis one-on-one, Kenley. We gotta talk, man. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. Imagination and faith are the only faculties of the mind needed to create objective conditions. Imma read that about 4 more times. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Imagination and faith are the only faculties of the mind needed to create objective conditions. Let's go again. Imagination and faith are the only faculties of the mind needed to create objective conditions. The faith required for the successful operation of the law of consciousness is a purely subjective faith and is attainable upon the cessation of active opposition of the part of the objective mind of the operator. Let me read that again. It was a little word. The faith required for the successful operation of the law of consciousness is a purely subjective faith and is attainable upon the cessation of active opposition on the part of the objective mind of the operator. So all that's saying is in order to really activate true faith, we gotta put the conscious mind in the back seat. We gotta take a deep breath in, and as we let it out, allow our eyes to close. And with our eyes closed, become aware of our breathing. and notice the different sensations in our body and become aware of how the left foot feels different from the right foot. And as we make those awareness, we just need to allow ourselves, give ourselves permission to just let go and relax and melt down into our chair. And as we melt down into that chair, conscious mind goes, ah, and from that place, you go to a place where your words can reconstruct your reality. You go to a place where you can see what you say, you can feel what you say you can feel, where you can experience what you say you can experience. That's it. When you go on YouTube and you watch those videos of me doing street hypnosis, that's what I'm doing. I pace you on where you currently at. Okay, we at this part. You hear the children playing. You can feel the sun beaming down. I start the conversation about all of these things going on outside. But what I slowly do is take your attention inside of you. Okay, you ready to be hypnotized? I'm gonna have you come stand over here. Put your feet together. Take a deep breath in. As you let that deep breath out, I want you just to listen to my voice. Close your eyes and listen to my voice. So what did I just do? I took your mind from being aware of the sun shining down on you, the kids playing, and all this other stuff to just one thing, my voice. Then from my voice, I'm gonna start to point your attention inside of you. Once I get your attention inside of you and get you noticing your breathing, get you notice the sensations inside of your body. The conscious mind is nothing there for it to argue with. It's nothing there for it to make logic of. We all we talking about is feelings. The conscious mind, what's going on, Cran? The conscious mind gonna go, oh, I'm out of here. And as soon as I see the conscious mind get out of the way, it's party time. Your eyes stuck together. Try to unstick them and notice if you can. Your feet glued to the ground. Go ahead and try to lift it up and notice that your legs are so heavy. They just feel like each leg weighs 1,000 pounds. And we talking the straight conscious mind. I mean, straight subconscious mind. Once we talking to that subconscious mind, it takes instructions and makes them true. It takes instructions and makes them true. So imagination and faith are the only faculties of the mind needed to create objective conditions. What's going on? What's up, Alicia? How you doing? The faith required for the successful operation of the law of consciousness is a purely subjective faith. You want to be purely subconscious, but you can only get there when you get the conscious mind all the way out the way. It depends on your ability to feel and accept as true what your objective senses deny. Neither the passivity or the of the blah, blah, blah. If I could read, that would be great. Okay, I can read now. I'm ready. I feel like I can read. Now that I feel like I can read, I'm gonna read. Watch this. Neither the passivity of the subject nor his conscious agreement with your suggestion is necessary. Huh? All these people go, you can't hypnotize me. Listen to this. Neither the passivity of the subject nor his conscious agreement with your suggestion is necessary. For without his consent or knowledge, he can be given a subjective order which he must objectively express. It is a fundamental law of consciousness that by telepathy we can have immediate communion with another. So the subconscious mind is designed to take instructions from the conscious mind, not necessarily your conscious mind. The subconscious mind is designed to receive instruction from conscious mind. So it could be your conscious mind, it could be my conscious mind, it could be your mom's conscious mind, it could be your wife's conscious mind, but the subconscious mind is designed to take suggestion from conscious mind. If you in Walmart minding your business, some random person walk up to you and go, "Stupid bitch," without even thinking about it, something is gonna stir up in there because they conscious mind just gave your subconscious mind an impression. And to a person who ain't really been practicing having that filter of what they allow to the conscious, because you got a chance to catch it in the conscious, but thoughts move quick. If it drip through the conscious and make it down to that subconscious, oh man, it's gonna what happens after that is it's gonna take care of itself. Let's do something. Hey, I'm with it, Kenny. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm gonna tell you now. You gotta stay on me because man, I be on go. So I tell people all the time, if I say I'm gonna do something and I say I'm on board with something, don't be afraid to double text me. Like don't don't be afraid to triple text me because man, I be I be going, man. I be in go mode 24/7, 365. Then when I finally do come out of go mode, I gotta go do family and stuff. So it'd be a lot going on. But I promise you I ain't ignoring you. I just forgot. But yeah, hit me up and bug me. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Yes, for sure. Let your sponge get mildew and stink. Ooh, I like that. Look what Kenley just said. Let's put that on the screen. Y'all read that. That's a dope metaphor. I love that metaphor. He talking about the subconscious mind. I love that. I love that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll promise you the world, then get up and get busy and start working on another project, start working on YouTube content, man. I be going. Then I'm breaking down the YouTube channel into 3 separate channels because they done changed the YouTube algorithm and the orgasm videos and other videos, they attracting 2 different audiences. It's a whole thing. We gonna get off subject. But anyway, it depends on your ability to feel and accept as true. That ain't where we was. Okay. To establish rapport, you call the subject mentally. Focus your attention on him and mentally shout his name just as you would to attract the attention of anyone. Imagine that he answered and mentally hear his voice. Represent him to yourself inwardly in the state you want him to obtain. Then imagine that he's telling you in the tones of ordinary conversation what you want to hear. Now, y'all don't be using this trying to manifest people back into y'all lives that don't want to be there. Leave these people alone. No, I'm messing with you. I'm just serious. But yeah, I'm gonna read that again. Make sure y'all listening because this is how you do like faith healings, really and truly. My grandmother was having to get shots in her eyes, and she was fed up with getting them in her eyes, and she was praying, but she wasn't doing it correctly. So what I did is without her permission, without her consent, I didn't need her permission, I didn't need her consent. In fact, it works better that way because you can't push back against it if you don't even know that it's going on. So I use this process to heal her eye. Well, I didn't heal her eyes, she healed her eyes, but I use this process to set the motion forth. So to establish rapport, you call the subject mentally. I call her Granny. So during this process, I went, Granny. Focus your attention on him and mentally shout his name just as you would to attract the attention of anyone. Mentally shout, not physically shout. We internally work. Mentally shout their name. Imagine that they answered and mentally hear their voice. That's my grandma. I know how she sounds. Been hearing her voice my whole life. Been hearing her voice since before I was born. I know how she sounds. I heard her answer me. Represent him to yourself inwardly and state what you want him to obtain. So I had a conversation with her inwardly. Then imagine that she's telling you in tones of ordinary conversation what you want to hear. And what I did, I know how my grandma talked. Oh, Jay, you're not gonna believe it. God is so good. I went to the doctor today. Guess what they said? Won't he do it? And I know how my grandma talked. I heard her having that conversation with me internally. Lo and behold, about a month and a half later, Jay, I went to the doctor. I ain't have to get no shot. Oh, yeah? And the conversation unfolded almost exactly like I imagined. What's up, Lala? So, mentally answer him, tell him of your joy in witnessing his good fortune. Having mentally heard with all the distinctness of reality that which you wanted to hear and having thrilled to the news be heard. Return to the objective consciousness. Your subjective conversation must awaken what it affirmed. Must awaken what it affirmed. Must awaken what it affirmed. But the stuff that we talking about, this stuff work on your health, this stuff work on your business, this stuff work on your finances, this stuff work in your relationships. This stuff work on everything. In the beginning of the book, they was talking about how prayer is a master key. If you know anything about a master key, I remember when I was in elementary school, my auntie used to be the janitor. And sometimes I would stay out the school and help her clean the classrooms. She had a key that opened every door in that building, from the principal's office to my second grade classroom. She had a master key. She had it was a bunch of rings on the key, but it was one key that could open every door in that building, from the front door to the principal's office to the secretary's office. It opened every door in the building. Prayer is that key in your life. Stop getting on the phone Finding people who just as miserable as you to agree with you, because what y'all doing is y'all still praying, but you just praying for the outcome that you don't desire. Girl, you're not gonna believe this. Girl, what? Yeah, she did what? Y'all, you're doing the same process, but you're doing it in a direction that you don't want to go. Find you some people. The people, if they're not there yet, you can talk to yourself, as the book just told you. You can talk to you. But as you start talking to you, you're gonna start manifesting other people who on this same type of thinking you want. And they ain't gonna be people who talk you out of stuff. They're gonna be people who talk you into stuff. Like I got two friends, my homeboy Sean the Data G. I could call him with the craziest idea, and he gonna talk me into it. Like, bro, that's hard. Like, what you gonna do first? Ah man, that's crazy right there. I'm loving it, bro. How can I help? He ain't gonna be like, bro, you doing what? Well, you know it's a recession right now. We don't know what's gonna happen. I fired all those friends. I ain't got none of those friends. If you that type of friend, like you no, we can't we ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Hey, man, Kenley preaching. Look what Kenley said. Look what Kenley said. Y'all do what Kenley said, and we gonna all be all right. Yeah, we're gonna just let that sit there for a minute. I love it. Appreciate you, bro. Where we at, man? Where we at? Ooh, time. What time is it? All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. You gonna find the co-creator. Co-creators gotta show up. It is not a strong will, the sense of subjective word on its mission, so much as a clear thinking and feeling the truth of the state affirmed. Man, that's already highlighted, and I'm finna double highlight it. In case y'all can't tell, this is one of my favorite books. Favorite books. I've been studying this book for years, and every time I study it, I'm still learning stuff. It's still like my first time reading. So it is not a strong will, the sense of subjective word on its mission, so much as it is a clear thinking and feeling the truth of the affirmed. It ain't so much that you a lot of times people do their affirmations and they do them so hard. They vessels be popping out in their head, breath be fogging up the mirror. It ain't about how hard you can say the affirmation. It's about can you get a clear mind and really believe what you're saying. And louder don't mean more belief. Louder does not mean more belief. Making a bigger vision board don't make it no clearer. It's about can you discipline that negative part of your mind to shut the hell up and let's put our undivided attention on what we want. That's all hypnosis is. Hypnosis is a big metaphor for telling the negative conscious five senses obeying part of you to take a walk. Go get a cup of coffee. Grown people talk. That's what hypnosis is. It's telling the conscious mind acting like it's hey, got a grown folks business. We talking. We'll let you know when you can come back in the room. That's what hypnosis is. That's what praying is. That's what manifesting is. It's taking your attention off of what you don't want, drawing it back in, and going to a place where you can think about when you dream. If you dream a tiger chasing you, you're gonna feel like a tiger chasing. It don't matter that it's not real. It don't gotta be real. You just gotta believe it's real. I tell y'all the story all the time about how my sister, she wear them big eyelashes y'all be wearing. One day I was in her bathroom, I saw one of them eyelashes. I took my Nike slide off and I popped it because I thought it was a spider. When I thought it was a spider, I felt like it was a spider, so I treated it like a spider. When I realized it was an eyelash, I laughed at myself. But when I thought it was a spider, I acted like it was a spider. When I thought I was successful, I built 4 businesses in a 5-year period of time. When I felt like nobody, I was living a nobody life. But when I started feeling like somebody, I started thinking like somebody. When I started thinking like somebody, I started acting like somebody. And when I started acting like somebody, I started producing like somebody. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Face blue smiling. What that mean? Oh, it must be the emo okay. Yeah, just spelled it out. June bugs. Yeah, man. All right, so we finna wrap this chapter up, and then I'm gonna have to go. Okay. Oh, this is my favorite, one of my favorite scriptures right here. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. It is not what you want that you attract what you believe to be true. Therefore, go into the spirit of these mental conversations and give them the same degree of reality that you would a telephone conversation. If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believe. Therefore, I say unto you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that ye have received them, and ye shall have. The acceptance of the end wills the means, and the wisest reflection could never devise more effective means than those which are willed by the acceptance of the end. Mentally, talk to your friends as though your desires for them were already realized. People already know. Don't call me to complain because I'm gonna get you off the phone as fast as possible. But you don't gotta feel bad when I get you off the phone because that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna either get in my bed or get in my recliner and I'm finna get nice, comfortable, and relaxed. I'm finna get rid of my conscious mind that know about the recession, that know that times are hard right now, that know that gas is expensive and eggs are high and it ain't enough wings to go around, and wings my favorite food. How the hell we don't got enough wings, but we still got legs, chicken, and thighs? Where y'all getting these like, Imma get rid of that Imma get rid of that part of me. Imma get to my subconscious mind, and Imma see you calling me a week later and going, "Hey, bro, it all worked out. You ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this." The less details I allow you to give me, the better. Because the more details you give me, the more bad details you give me about your situation, the more I gotta do to get that out of the way. I wanna see you as whole. I wanna see you as healthy. I wanna see you with a bank account full of money. I don't wanna see you broke, busted, and disgusted. I'm not doing no favors by getting in agreement with you on the fact that you broke, busted, disgusted, and can't win for losing. I'm not doing you no favors by going to the pity party with you. Best thing I can do for you is get off the phone and see you as the version of you that you desire to be. That's what true friends, well, I ain't even gonna say true friends. That's what true friends who know better do. Because there's some people who got the best intentions, and they will sit on the phone with you for all night. Both of y'all going to work tired tomorrow because they want to be a good friend and sit up and listen to you cry and complain. Read the Bible cover to cover. Stop at all that red writing. You don't see Jesus do that not once. Open your eyes and see. Don't go back to that city. Go that way. If you know if you go back over there, they're gonna convince you that you're blind again. So go back that go this way. Don't go that way. Never. Oh, you lame? You can't walk? It was no pity. It was be healed. Stand up and walk. Rise. It was no pity party. The miracle was his belief in seeing them the way that they desired to be. And his belief in that was so strong that there was no belief enough for anything that didn't align with it. All right, let's go. I sound you can tell I grew up in church. I be preaching on accident. Imagination is the beginning of the growth of all forms. Imagination is the beginning of the growth of all forms, and faith is the substance out of which they are formed. By imagination, that which exists in latency or is sleep within the deeper consciousness is awakened and is given form. The cures attributed to the influence of certain medicines, relics, and places are the effects of imagination and faith. Placebo effect, essentially. The curative power is not in the spirit that is in them, it is in the spirit in which they are accepted. The letter killeth, but the spirit giveth life. The subjective mind is completely controlled by suggestion. So whether the object of your faith be true or false, you will get the same result. So this saying rather you put your faith in your success or put your faith in your failure. Faith gonna do what faith does. It's gonna bring forth whatever you pointed at. If you point your faith at your success, you're gonna manifest your success. If you point your faith at your failure, you're gonna manifest it your failure. Be careful what you point your faith at. Because faith works. It's like a gun. It's gonna shoot whatever you point it at. You point it at a friend, it's gonna shoot him. You point it at an enemy, it's gonna shoot 'em. Faith work the same way. Okay, the subjective mind is completely controlled by suggestion. So whether the objective of your faith be true or false, you will get the same result. There is nothing unsound in the theory of medicine or the claimed priesthood for relics and holy places. The subjective mind of the patient accepts the suggestion of health conditioned on such state. As soon as these conditions are met, proceeds to realize health. According to your faith, be it done unto you. For all things are possible to him that believes. All right. We got about another 3 or 4 paragraphs. I'm finna rush through these really fast. If you need to rehear anything or slow it down, rewatch it, this is gonna be on YouTube. I'm not erasing it, so this whole live stream is gonna be on YouTube. Oh, and it's on Instagram and it's on Twitter. You can find this again if you want to watch it. Expectation of a state is the most potent means of bringing it about. That's worth reading again. Expectation of a state is the most potent means of bringing it about. Somebody book a session with me, I expect them to leave the session feeling better. You came in a smoker, I expect you to leave a non-smoker. You came in with low self-esteem, I expect you to leave with your shoulders back, your chest down, and your head up with a better conception of self. I expect, and it's non-negotiable. If y'all know Soul, if y'all never seen me and Soul stream together, we talk about how we don't negotiate with tears. And we see negative thoughts as tears. We see negative concepts of self as tears. I'm not negotiating with that version of this is the desired thing. This is what it's gonna be. It ain't no if you don't do it and you just gonna do it. This is the only option. The confident expectation of a cure does that which no medical treatment can accomplish. Failure is always due to an antagonistic autosuggestion by the patient, arising from objective doubt of the power of medicine or relic, or from doubt of the truth of the theory. Many of us, either from too little emotion or too much intellect, both of which are stumbling blocks. Hold on, what are the stumbling blocks? Too little emotion or too much intellect. You ever met somebody who's too smart for their own good? I know some people they can't start a business because they too smart. They got too many reasons why it just won't work in this economy. Why it's people who way dumber than them running flourishing businesses. Don't be too smart for you. Many of us either form too little emotion or too much intellect, both of which are stumbling blocks in the way of prayer. Cannot believe that which our senses deny. To force ourselves to believe will end in greater doubt. To avoid such counter suggestion, the patient should be unaware objectively of the suggestions which are made to him. The most effective method of healing or influencing the behaviors of others consists in what is known as the silent or absent treatment. My clients don't know this, but they all get the silent or absent treatment. Every night as I'm drifting to sleep, I see all my clients is healed, healthy, and whole. And they don't even know the suggestion coming, so they can't fight, they can't argue with it. When the subject is unaware objectively of the suggestion given him, there is no possibility of him setting up an antagonistic beliefs. He can't ab react. He don't even know it's happening. It is not necessary that the patient know objectively that anything is being done for him. For what is known of the subjective and objective processes of reasoning, it is better that he should not know objectively of that which is being done for him. That's why we use a lot of metaphor in hypnosis. Instead of telling you that there are forces working in your power, in your favor, that can be that help you to be doing have everything, I'm gonna tell you a story about this acorn, how it doesn't have the first idea of how to become an oak tree, but as soon as it gets planted, it finds a way to dig its roots deep into the ground and it magically starts to reach towards the sky, and the branches appear out of nowhere, and the leaves appear out of nowhere. And the only thing it did was got planted. It stayed in the soil season after season after season. Because you can't argue with that. I'm talking about you. You gonna argue with it, but I'm talking about how an acorn becomes an oak tree. Your subconscious mind knows that. Oh, if that's true of that, then it's true of me. It's the deductive. The more completely the objective mind is kept in ignorance of the suggestion, the better will the subjective mind perform its functions. The subject subconsciously accepts the suggestion and thinks he originates it, proving the truth of Spinoza's dictum, that we know not the cause that determine our actions. The subconscious mind is the universal conductor which the operator modifies with his thought and feelings. Visible states are either the vibratory effects of subconscious vibrations within you, or they are vibratory causes of the corresponding vibrations within you. A disciplined man never permits them to be causes unless they awaken in him the desired state of consciousness. With a knowledge of the law of reversibility, the disciplined man transformed his world by imagining and feeling only what is lovely and of good rapport. The beautiful idea he awakens within himself should not fail to arise as affinity in others. He knows the Savior of the world is not a man, but the manifestation that was saved. The sick man's Savior is health. The hungry man's is food. The thirsty man's Savior is water. He walks in the company of the Savior by assuming the feeling of his wish fulfilled. By the law of reversibility, that all transformational forces are reversible. The energy or feeling awakened transformed itself into the state imagined. He never waits for months for the harvest. If in 4 months the harvest will awaken in him a state of joy, then inversely the joy of harvest will now awaken the harvest now. Now is the acceptable time to give beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for the spirit of heaviness, and they might be called trees of righteousness, planting of the Lord that he might be glorified. All right. I had so much fun hanging out with y'all, learning with y'all. It's been a pleasure. It's been a joy. But y'all do me a favor. I'm finna be pushing out a lot of good content. Share this content, circulate this content because people need to see this, man. People need to hear this. During the pandemic, we went through a phase of doing a lot of entertaining. We was on Bigo and we was entertaining and doing a lot of like comedy hypnosis shows and helping people just to find the right mood. I'm closing the door on entertainment season. It's time to start learning. It's time to start enhancing ourselves. And it's time to realize that nobody's going to save you. Only you can save you. People keep saying, "Oh, I'm just waiting on God." God created everything in 6 days. It's all already here. God not he not coming back. That's why he sent Jesus. He not he not coming. It's you, okay? It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. What do you desire? Step 1 to getting anything that you want in life is getting clear on what you want. You can't hit a target that doesn't exist. We're gonna end right here. Imagine if I was your Uber driver and I pulled up to pick you up and you get in the car and you say, "Don't take me to the." That's all you say. Don't take me to the mall. I'm gonna go, all right. I'm gonna get on the highway and I'm gonna start driving, and the clock gonna start running, and you gonna start owing me money. And all I'm gonna do is not take you to the mall. That's how a lot of people going through life. I don't want to be broke. Okay. What do you want instead? I don't want this counter. I don't want this relationship. Okay. What kind of relationship do you want? I hate this job. Okay. What job would you like? Don't end the conversation on what you don't like. Dive deeper. Okay, what do I want instead? What's the opposite of this? What do I want? Get clear on what you want and keep pulling up, and we're gonna discuss all the series of ways to get it. I'm Big Abundant. You can find me at bigabundant.com. I love y'all dearly, and ain't a damn thing y'all can do about it. All right. I'm gonna see y'all later. This is up. I'm not deleting this replay. It's gonna be up on all the platforms that y'all watching it from now. Watch this again. I am. I'm finna get in my car and turn this right back on. It's worth watching again. There was some good stuff happening in here. I love y'all. Ain't a thing y'all can do